Hi, chat. Let's get going. Who dat? Archie. 5? 5 months? Is that even... That can't be legal. 5 months? How? How is that possible? Archie, bad panda bear. Okay. Today's been a very frustrating day. I need to, like... I need to be in streamer mode. Cool. Archie, bad panda bear. Thank you both so much for those 5-month subs. Alright, what are we doing today? We are finishing this. Alright, so we decided we didn't like, or chat was strongly against this look. A lot of stuff in my inventory. I'm gonna do that just so I stop falling off the damn thing. Alright. Okay. We were trying to figure out what we wanted to do up here, because I wasn't super happy with just how big and wide and open that looked. So I had gone like this, Hello, Persephone. Yes. Like this, and like this. Oh. Hi, yes. Do you want to sit down? Do you want to cuddle in the lap? You can't have that. You can't have the headphones. You know this. Yeah, sit down. Sit your butt down. Come on. Okay, get up. What did we do? I think we went like that and like that. How do we feel about this, chat? It gives a little bit more texture and it's not as, like, just gaping open. I think I like that better. Yeah. Let's go do that on the other side as well. Oh, that's a problem. Well, maybe not. Because this would be... like this. This? You know what? I don't think it's going to work on this side. I think this side I might have to leave. I think that's fine. Hey, Wizard of Docks. Okay, now have a look around here. Grab you. I think we're done up top. I like this window. That still looks good from the inside. Right, that's what we were going to do. We were going to put some decorations up here just to give it a little bit more texture. Going to go this one and this one. And this one and this one. I don't know if we need it all the way down here at the end, but we'll do it anyways. Yeah, I might end up taking it out of the end there. And there we go. And then we'll get this one over here. Sorry, my brain is all discombobulated. How is everyone doing today? How are you all doing? Tell me about your day. As mentioned, my day was frustrating. I blame Magic the Gathering. Which I really know, it's a silly game and I really shouldn't let it get to me, but it does. It does, and I don't like that it does, but it does. Okay, I can get this out of here because I don't need it. You I don't need. You I don't need. You I don't. Okay. Just finished up a long series of interviews and I'm celebrating with brie tempura. I have never heard of brie tempura before in my life, and it's the only thing I need in the world. Also, good luck with the interviews. Hey, Tsuneo. Okay. Can we take this down? I think we might. They serve it with raspberry sauce? Oh my god. Oh, that sounds delicious. I take it these interviews were job interviews? If they were, I wish you have good luck. I did apply for a job a few weeks ago. It should have closed last week, so I haven't heard anything yet, so I'm just sort of assuming that I didn't screen in at this point. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I feel like that's a pretty good bet. Okay. Now, I mean, they will tell you eventually. Wait, actually, before I do this, it's just standard procedure is to only notify people once the competition has closed. So as long as it's still ongoing, they usually don't say anything. Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of gates, probably made out of acacia, so that's fine. I'm going to need some beds and job blocks. And I'm going to need to figure out what to do with the floor here. Oh, also I need to finish what I was doing before I got distracted and actually get both of these sides of things. Oops. I still don't know if we should have this. I might have to reconsider that. But I'll leave it for now. Okay. So we've got all that done. Got all that up there. Blast all the windows. So we need to figure out the floor. We need to get some beds and we need to get job blocks. We should probably also get some lanterns. There's the iron. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so we need to get. I'm trying to figure out what I need to go back to the home for. I'm thinking for the floor, I want to do polished granite. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have a pattern that will work for it. So I want to do polished granite, a mix of polished granite and polished andesite or polished. Maybe polished diorite. Take you back with me. Also, where's my boat? There's my boat. I'm gonna need that. Madam Jund? Hello? How are you doing today? I hope you had a better time playing Magic than I did today. No, I have shears at home. Well, I'm here now, and I don't want to go back until it's morning. Zibwow! Thank you for 4 months of support. That means a lot to me. Had draft go to 6 wins, then only get 1 win, then one with 2 wins. Yeah. That about sounds like my day. No, because I definitely have not had a 6-win draft in a long time. There's something about this format that just doesn't agree with me. And I don't know exactly what it is. I love it. I love this set so much. I just can't win worth a damn. Oops. Nope, too far. I should go to sleep. Your 6-win deck had both Eliwick and Bahamut? Dang. I think the one thing that's frustrating me the most about drafting on Arena is that I will sometimes draft a very cool deck, a deck with cards that I like and am excited to play, and then I get to play 3 games with them, and that's it. And it's just kind of really miserable. I'm probably going to replace those, but whatever. I do have one draft deck ongoing right now. I didn't have time to finish it before stream started. Okay, let's grab this. Let's get back to the base. The lost the game because you forgot to counterspell 3 times in a row. I wish it was something like I could just point to like, oh yeah, I made these mistakes and that's why I lost. Oftentimes it just seems like I have drafted a cool deck. Oh, my opponent has just like played 3 creatures that have like 5 power and toughness and kicked my teeth in. Cool. It always just kind of feels like I always end up playing against the better versions of draft decks than I can draft. Is kind of what it feels like. And it's just such a daunting prospect because it's like, I want to get better at it. I would love to do it and improve, but I don't want to spend $10 to play 3 games of Magic. I don't know. Maybe it's just time for me to take another break from Magic. I hate that it's this set that's doing this to me because this is probably the set I was looking forward to the most all year. Because this is precise. I am the target for this set, if anybody's curious. Like this is a set that is targeted precisely at me. I don't want to play Standard. I don't like Standard at all. I do like having I have been enjoying Historic a decent amount, but even then that format can be kind of frustrating at times. Especially when you're just playing best of 1 queues. What do I play in Historic? Jund Food. Which I've been enjoying quite a lot. It's a fun deck, but and there are some... It is the kind of deck, though, that I'm sort of like... It's the kind of deck that I'm glad I can just, like, jam games endlessly with. Because if you don't have, like, the right pieces at the right time, the deck kind of just crumples. It is very resilient, and you can dig yourself out of some very deep holes. But if, for example, you don't get any of the stuff that allows you to draw cards, or you get like a cauldron familiar but no witch's oven, you sort of end up just kind of floundering, while your opponent is just like casting spells and drawing cards and bringing back Arclight Phoenixes to hit you in the face, and you're just like, cool, cool. All right. Yeah, the best advice I ever heard on playing Historic is play Steam Vents and Brainstorm. And 52 other cards. Alright, so I definitely want some granite. Is a stack of 64 going to be enough? Let's take a stack and a half. Oh, you forgot memory last? Oh, of course. Actually, let's just take these and make them there. And what can I make out of cobbled deep slate? Chiseled deep slate bricks, deep slate tiles. Polished deep slate, Actually, I wonder about deep slate tiles. You know what? Let's do that. Let's grab a stack and a bit, and we'll go with polished granite and deep slate tiles and see how that looks. I don't know if that'll be too dark. I might need to get something, I might need to come back and get something a brighter, like I definitely want the granite to sort of go with the warmth of the roof. Also, this is a very good sword for killing spiders. Do you want your Jund to be good again? Listen, you just have to accept that you have to play a different type of Jund. And that Jund involves snacks. I do not think they will ever have Bolt in Historic, anytime soon at least. Yeah, there's like 6 burn spells in Historic, I think, that are all made that Lightning Bolt is strictly better than all of them. Alright, that's enough experience on that. I mostly just wanted to kill time until I could go to sleep and then head out in the morning. What about abrupt decay? I mean, I think it would definitely work. I guess it's sort of like copy 2 of Assassin's Trophy? Wizard's Lightning Shock, Skewer the Critics, Lightning Strike, Frostbite, I think is the other one. So maybe it's just 5. Deathrite Shaman. Hmm. Deathrite Shaman is interesting. Oh. You know what? While I'm here, I don't have my shears on me. Okay. We might have to come back to the swamp with shears. I think the fact that that Historic doesn't have fetches actually makes it the best place for Deathrite Shaman. Because I think if it does, it just becomes a... What's the best way to put this? Without fetches, Deathrite Shaman is much more about graveyard hate than it is about ramp. And I think if you have it's reliably ramp, then you just sort of it ends up in more decks than I think it should be in. This thing is that I don't think a card needs to be great to be what the format needs. I think the biggest problem with Historic is that I'm seriously thinking it's like, is it wrong to main deck Grafdigger's Cage? And that's just, it's not a good sign for a format. Alright. That's maybe enough magic talk for today. I know not everybody is into it, and I always get kind of self-conscious when I fall down the hole of talking about magic. Because I know there are a lot of people in chat who do like it. Oh man, that looks really good coming this way. I definitely, one of the reasons I want to get the vines is I want one of these corners, maybe this one. I want to replace some of these blocks with mossy stone blocks and stick a couple vines on it so they're growing down. Okay. Let's get my bed set up again and reset my... Sure did forget my stone cutter back at the base. Wow, today is not my day. Okay, let's just make an entire stack of these. And we were saying deep slate tiles. What I wanted to do is I wanted to have a central row like this. Definitely think I need a little bit more internal light. Definitely gonna need, I think I want to do like 2 hanging chandeliers with lanterns on them. And then maybe replace these torches. I wonder if there's a way I can replace them with hanging lanterns. Like go fence lantern or something like that. That might work. Okay, now I had the idea I had for a pattern was, what if I go something like this? How does that look? And nope. Those don't touch, do they? Nope. And then can I get one more in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Oh. Just squeaked it in. Did you see the experimental snapshot news? I saw the news post. I didn't read it though. What did they say? I need more. And there, and there. Okay, now, how does this look if we go? The most interesting bit was playing with mob spawning, so they would only spawn at light level 0. Interesting. just get one of these filled in here first. Mobs only spawning at light level 0. What did they spawn at currently? I'm bad at Minecraft. How do we feel about this, chat? The deep slate tile with the polished granite. I like the pattern. Like I like the curling pattern. It feels very ornate. But I'm not sure the tiles quite match. Light level 7 or less. That would be a pretty big change. That would, yeah. All right, cool. All right. Oh, I should mention, chat. I do have a pretty hard out at 8 o'clock today. So just so you're aware, I'm basically it's gonna be a bit of a shorter stream than usual. It's almost 7 for you right now? Yeah, it's 6:45, so 2 hours after stream started. Oh, well. This would look a lot better if I finished it. There we go. All right. Not sure it goes with the stone brick walls. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. I like that it's darker a little bit. Yeah. I think for this, it's fine. I think for my main base, what I might want to do is go with quartz of some kind. Like maybe like quartz bricks and polished granite. I think that would look really good. Also, I'm probably not going to build my main base out of stone brick. I would like to do it out of deep slate brick. Okay, now. Let's get some shears, because we're gonna need those. Dump some stuff in here. Glass can go in here. Oak can go in here. You can go there, you can go there. How many torches do I have? Now I need some more of those. Okay. Take some of those, and now grab a bunch of those. Ooh, chains are expensive. Send those back into those for now. Okay. Just dump a bunch of stuff in here for now. Go back in there. Grab my boat. Got my shears. Grab my ladders. Okay. Let's go back to the swamp. Before I go back, though, let me just have a look. That's... So those are upside down stairs just underneath the roof line. Could we do something like that on the back as well? Be like these ones? I think we could. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get all 4 in there, or would that look weird? Maybe I might just do 3? Oh, 1, 2, 3. That would look weird with the corner there. But if I go 3 on either side, I think that would be good. It would give like a give a bit more on the back there. I'm not gonna lie, I think savannas might be my favorite biome. So much so I kind of wish we spawned in one. It's got acacia, which is my favorite wood. It's nice and wide and flat. This is a more mountainous version. So, you know, got these big hills here. But those are pretty too. So moving ain't really an option? I mean, not at this point, no. We're kind of committed to where we are. What would you say is your least favorite biome? That's an interesting question. I mean, marshes are just kind of a bit of a pain to deal with. All right, briefly back to Magic Tot for a second. I posted a blue-green deck on Twitter that I had drafted earlier, and I really liked the deck. I thought it was a very good deck, and I just went 0-3 with it, and I was super disappointed. I was only running 1 copy of True Polymorph in it, even though I got 2 in the draft, and it's just like, I don't think this is correct. It's a very powerful spell, but I don't think running 2 of them is correct. Even though I would very much like to. Also, that is the kind of spell that is just like, I hope one day I understand this spell. It's like every time I see somebody play with that spell, they do something that I hadn't thought of, and it's just like, dang. I almost want to put it in my cube. I think it would be good there. Because it just does everything? That's the thing about the spell, is that it's sort of as good as all of the spells around it. I'm okay taking some of these leaves here. Because I can always use them as, like, bushes and such. Okay. Is there anything else I needed that now that I'm out here? You know what? Why don't I just get a whole stack of vines while I'm here? Where is that? There we go. Right, I was gonna go back to my base and try and get... I need lanterns. This is gonna use up a lot of iron, but I need some lanterns and chains and some oak fencing, I think, if I'm going to make chandeliers. And then I'm also going to need some beds for villagers to sleep in. I'm going to need 8 gates, which I think I can make out of acacia. So we can do that back at the village. So that's fine. Okay. Hello, bees. I just came over to say hi. Wait, I have my shears on me. Crime of opportunity. This is going to be one of our corners, I think? Yes. And then this is going to be another one. This is going to be a sort of a central area. And then this will be our other corner. There's just a pond outside of it. Interesting. Well, that pond's going away. I think we leveled this off at 71 to match this one over here. My idea is that this is going to be sort of an open space, and that we'll probably have villagers trading in here and here, I think. Then down at the far end, where the ruin is, this we are going to turn into a nether portal space, because that makes sense. I took their honey. And what are they gonna do about it? I pumped them full of smoke. Okay, let's grab some string here. And some wood. How many beds am I going to need? 6? I need 18 of these? Nope. Okay, string can go back in here. Got our 6 beds. We have job blocks for the librarian, and we have a fisherman. I'm going to take this, because I would like to have a mason. Got a boat. We need some oak fencing, so we'll grab some sticks. Should be fine. And then we need, grab some of you. We got sticks here. I need at least 4. Excuse me. With all these beds, you look like you're about to speed run an Ender Dragon fight. Well, having the spider farm and all of this string means it might actually be pretty easy to make beds. If I want to go bed mining for netherite, which I've never actually done before, but looks fun. And by fun, I mean harrowing. But like the good kind of fun. The good kind of harrowing. 6? Sure. What is bed mining? Okay, so beds do not work in the nether. If you try and sleep in a bed in the nether, the bed will explode. So one of the easy ways to find netherite, which is an incredibly rare material, only found in the nether, is to go down to the level that it spawns at, dig a long corridor, and then about every chunk or so, dig out a little space, put a bed down in there, and then click it, and it will explode, and that will clear a huge chunk for you to go looking for, and it's sort of like a fast and easy way to try and find ancient debris, which is what you get netherite from. Won't that kill you? Not if you're wearing armor and standing far enough away from it, and usually ducking behind a little block. You don't stand right next to the bed when you do this. Erica was killed by intentional game design. Yeah, kinda. I mean, I certainly wouldn't go try doing it in the gear I have now, but if I had better gear, it's sort of become like a lot of people's go-to way to mine for ancient debris. That is the pop-up if you die to a bed. Is that actually what it says? If so, that's amazing. Yeah, watch out for falling lava too. This way. Also, I'm still, if you weren't here on Friday, I had come all the way out here and I had paused for a second, looked over this way and realized there's a village right there. It's like 800 blocks closer to our base than the one we're working at right now. Saturday. I meant Saturday. You know how bad I am with days of the week. I don't know why I'm so bad with days of the week, but I am. Just awful with them. Zero Canna, thank you for that follow. Have a good exercise, Bad Panda Bear. I need to get some more exercise. I need to get back in the habit of running in the morning. Okay, tell you what, chat. Remind me on our way back after we've done everything here, and we're clearing out. Remind me to come back this way and dig a tunnel through here. Actually done some jogging for the first time in a long while. Nice. Hey, Cass. You've been enjoying walks in the ravine? Nice. Okay, well, let's see. Let's grab some dirt first and see if we can't figure out something for chandeliers. So both ends of these, this whole thing's 16 long. So the central area is 14, which means we probably want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Nope. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that was right. Okay. I am loving how it looks when you are approaching it. Yes. I just realized I made the wrong amount of chain. Is that going to be enough? Now, let's see. If I go like this and like this, and then like this and like this, how does this look? How do we? Yeah, it's okay. What if you did it with iron bars? It looks a little high. I'm okay with the height. Because we have lower torches down here. It's more, I don't think it's quite doing what I want it to do. Hey, Dr. Fox. Changed your car battery today. Nice. The fence does stand out quite a bit. Yeah. But I don't want it to be... If I did it with a acacia fence, I think it would look weird. What if... Here. What if I try something a little different? I go like this and like this. Well, maybe? Okay, imagine it has more chains. Although I might want to drop it if that's the case. If I dropped it down 1... Yeah, actually what I think, if I go with like one sort of chandelier, we just put it dead center and drop it down. So I'm gonna need, what do I have right now? I have 2 chains. I'm gonna need, I think 6 on each side, so I need 6 more. Well, that's it, so. Got everything I needed, right? Yes. Okay. So now, where is dead center of this thing? Here, I think. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got there. You can kind of see a little bit from in there. Actually, I bet if I go over this way, probably looks pretty good from this side. You can only sort of see it, but that's fine. Okay, so we'll go to sleep. What time is it? Oh, we only got 45 minutes, so. Next on our list is mossy stone blocks. $11. Great. So we'll go over here. How many blocks did I take out? 9. Hmm. I think I want more vines. I think I want more vines. I feel like we can go like that, that. We need to get some going like over here. I don't think I can put them on. No, I can't. Down there. I don't know if those will grow down or not. I think that's okay. Honestly, if those grow down over the window, I think that'll look good. Hope they do. They will grow down. Good. Oh yeah, I think that looks... that top line's a little too clean. Those are gonna go down. I did say, ow! I wanted to grab some stairs and add the little texture indents on the back side here. We go over here. There, there, there. Yeah. I'm just adding in... I'm just gonna add in a bunch of stuff here. So it doesn't, I had built that out so it just filled the chunk. But yeah, that looks better. That looks like a more natural hillside. Still a very sharp edge on it here though. Those, not what I want for either of those. It is somewhat precarious, yes. I was trying to make it look just a little bit less precarious. Okay, so we got chandeliers, we got Suppose these do show up on the inside. That's fine. This is just the damp corner. Maybe we put the fisherman in there. So now we need acacia gates. Need more sticks. I'll make them out of oak. There we go. So I want to go one on each of these. And then I didn't want to put doors in here because they wouldn't fill it. So we might just have to go with gates on them. Also, I'm probably going to move these torches here. If I flip them around, I could go put them on the back sides like that. I don't know if that's going to provide sufficient light down here, though, to prevent mob spawning. Also, I might have to raise these walls here. Just so if I, nope. So they can't jump up on their job block and path out of their assigned workstations. Oops. I sleep, and now we can move the villagers. All right. First up, you. In a corner here, and give you a bed. Alright, get back here. Where's my boat? I'll boat you over here if I have to. What are you doing? Oh, hey. Sells pink dye. That's neat. No. No. No, no. Dad. No, come back. I didn't mean to hit you with a boat. Moving villagers is silly. Oh, oh. I think he got it. Aha! Success. Okay. Now... Nope. Don't be a merchant in your hall, as long as you never hit me with a boat again. Alright, now... That's one. Okay. Come here. I'm not gonna trap you in a boat or anything. Aha! He fell for it. The oldest trick in the book. You tell someone you're not going to trap them in the boat, and then when they least expect it, bam! Boat trap. Now, if I do that... Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. All right. 2 villagers. And now, I have one more here. I go like this, and then like that. There's nowhere for them to path out. Let's see. I think I have a guy back here. Ooh, wait, this guy. Aha! This one's pre-boated. Now, this gate open. Nope. Open that up. Wait, do you have a job? You're already a mason. Oh, because I... He's a mason because I drove him over the job block. I mean, I wanted him to be a mason, but I wanted his job block to be over here. Go in there. Hey, do you want a job? There's work for you. I promise there's no haha. I mean, this is fine. I'll have to get some clay to trade with him, but... All right. And now... I think this is fine for now. Let's get our other beds in here. Mostly just for thoroughness, because I don't think it's going to matter a ton, because I don't think we're ever going to bother getting 6 workers in here. I do like the look of the savanna biome villagers with the red shirts. And they're like little leaf crowns. All right. Neat. And then there's still 2 villagers in here? I think there's 2 villagers in here. Yeah, there's still 2 in there. You're gonna be so hard to level up. Also, I'm sorry. You buy raw salmon and string. And you get clay. So I'm gonna have to go get a bunch of clay to sell to him to get him leveled up. But until then, $7:30. Perfect. Okay, now I think we need to clean up. Let's see. Okay, so I actually want to leave the smooth stone here. Cobble we'll take back with us. Or we could just smelt it up. We have these smelters here. I sleep. Listen, I would love if this game had a way of dealing with villagers that didn't feel so bad. But until then, and also a way that wasn't such a pain. But until such time as they actually do that, yes, I will continue to celebrate even my small victories. Okay. Got one of you. So now it's time to take a whole bunch of stuff back. I'm gonna have to make multiple trips, I think. That's fine. So in that case, I don't care what I grab on this first trip. I wish there was a way you could, like, you know, give them something to be like, here. And then you can manually assign them to a job block. It's like, I would like you to work this job block. And then they will path to it and work it and generally stay in that area. But I still don't think that solves the problem of, like, the pathing. While I'm on my way, why don't I just, like, actually, yes, I do have some of this. You know what? I'm just gonna dig a tunnel through this mountain. Tired of dealing with it. Oh. Nope. There it is. Do. I'm not even sure how far this tunnel needs to be. Chat, what have you been up to recently? Have any of you watched any good movies recently? I watched I had a weird movie pairing on Saturday where I watched Wreck-It Ralph because I hadn't seen it yet, and I've been watching a Kingdom Hearts Union Cross playthrough. And that's one of the worlds that you visit in that game. And I realized, like, oh, I don't know anything about this movie. I should watch it. So it's like, cool, I'll watch Wreck-It Ralph. And then I also watched the other movie that was on my list to watch, which was Crimson Peak. 2, 5. And that's just like a weird movie pairing for a night. Watch Black Widow on the weekend? Nice. I think I'm gonna watch that on Friday. I think we're gonna watch it. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 4. One more. Do not care about these blocks. I do care about these blocks. This doesn't have fortune on it, does it? No, this is not my fortune one. 4, 5. Tell you what, this mountain's longer than I thought it was. I also watched... I had started a watch through of the MCU a while ago, and then got distracted, so I went back and finished watching Avengers, which is where I'd stopped before, and started on Iron Man 3. So that's where I'm at in that. Because there's a bunch of those movies I've only ever seen once in theaters when they came out. And so I wanted to go back through them again because I didn't necessarily remember a ton of them. Mother started chronological MCU watch through. Nice. I remember a while ago, my one of my friend's moms wanted to watch them because me and her daughter are both big fans, and we would always, when I lived in Saskatoon, we would always go and see them together. And Lorraine knew this, so she was like, "What?" And this was around the time Endgame was coming out. She's like, "If I wanted to go watch these movies, what would I need to do? Like, how many of these do I need to watch?" 5. There we go. Aha! All right. I'm gonna leave that. That was entirely unnecessary. The last movie I watched was The Mitchells versus the Machines. That's such a good movie. I was so incredibly delighted by that movie. Also, I don't know why they reference Robertson head screwdrivers specifically, but that's an incredibly weird thing for an American movie to do. Unless Robertson head screws have become much more common in the States in recent years, in which case, good. They're great. Can't remember the last movie I saw in theaters, probably a German language movie at a foreign film festival. I think it's because it's obscure in the US. I mean, I assume that is the case, but it's just kind of funny that it's like, aha, this obscure thing that's actually like incredibly common and basically the standard in Canada. I did see the trailer for Turning Red today that came out, and I'm interested in that movie. I think that one will be quite fun. Also, I love that it's set in Toronto. I don't know why it's set in Toronto, but I love that it is. It's common for power tools in the US because it's so much harder to strip those heads. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so common in Canada too. But it's for a long time, it was something that you basically only saw in Canada. And I remember hearing stories of, construction workers, coming up from the US and being like, why aren't we using these? Although I'm trying to think. So Turning Red, which is the new Pixar movie, it's about a young girl who, when she gets embarrassed, turns into a giant red panda, and it looks very cute. But it's also very specifically set in Toronto. And I got to thinking, is that the only Pixar movie that is definitively set in a real world city? Because I'm trying to think, like, the Toy Story ones just sort of a lot of them just sort of take place in, no, maybe Soul was a Pixar movie, yeah? Yes. That one I'm pretty sure takes place actually in New York. I think. I have not actually seen it. I should watch that at some point. Okay, I have so much stuff to get out of my inventory now. But other than that, a lot of them just tend to do the American movie thing of being set in any town, USA. Which I guess is, like, fine, but sometimes nice just to have a movie have a, like, definitive setting. That it's actually, like, and you can, like, bring in bits of the character of the setting then. Let's see. Where did I hide? Let's put these in here. Right, I think I had them in here. Here. These can go in here. Actually, I'll just combine these two. Maybe not. No, I'll wait on these. This can go in here. Dark oak can go in here. And this is an acacia door. Go in there. All right, back we go. My favorite, I think one of my favorite, what I would love to see a movie do sometime, just as like a very subtle and incredibly nerdy film reference, is set a movie, like an animated movie in a town, like Chicago or New York or something like that, a city, something definitive. And in an animated movie, you could just make it actually based on Chicago or New York or wherever you set it. But just as a very in-movie reference, just make it look like Vancouver. Make it look like Vancouver playing Chicago. And then they go to London, and it's Cardiff. is Yes, is Cardiff the UK, is the UK's equivalent of Vancouver? I feel like it is. I know that's where Doctor Who is always filmed. Okay. Um Actually, I don't think I'm no, I should have enough time to grab the final load of stuff here and take it back. It's 5 to 8 right now, so only have a few minutes left, and then we can sign off. Then we have to sign off. We can have to sign off. I will be back on Thursday doing digging? Probably digging. And then on Saturday, I think actually Saturday might just be more digging. I guess I moved far enough away from this stuff that it didn't despawn. Maybe some of the stuff down near the beginning did. Yeah, it looks like some of the stuff further down did. That's fine. I don't care. Decent amount of stuff. Might actually mean I have to make 2 trips unless I toss it. Toss it right in this ravine here. Which is a very good ravine. Gorge? I'm getting distracted when I'm on a time crunch. Which is basically the story of my life. Don't need that. We have lily pads at home. Oh yeah, that looks so much better with the vines and the little notches added in there. Yeah. Before we go back though, so I don't forget. Oh, I guess I moved away from these, so these weren't actually active. Oops, whoops. Yep, not gonna make this in one more trip. There's no Matt to raid tonight. Yeah. Speaking of, all right. Dang it. Get out of here. Diorite, nobody likes you. I think I'm actually gonna sign off right now. I'll get this stuff put away off screen. Hello, Persephone. Yes, hello. Yes. All right. So, thank you all so much for hanging out. As I said, I'm going to be back on Thursdays. On Thursday at 6 p.m., we're going to do some digging. But I think that's good. So thank you all so much for hanging out. And no one to raid tonight, so I'm going to leave you all to your own devices. Make good choices. Good night, chat. Say goodbye, Persephone. Persephone says goodbye. All right. Good night.